I am here vibing with a man with one of the most unique sounding, soulful voices in Jamaica's entertainment industry. A man who is a legend in the musical landscape, a pioneer. His parents named him Ken Boothe, and today he shares his story.
I just want to say hi to Teach them and Keita and Simon. Welcome to my home.
A lovely home.
You know, for me, it all started from my mother's womb.
Yes.
You know, my father and her got together and she conceived me.
Yes.
And 9 months, you know what that means?
Yeah.
Then she birthed me. And her eyes are the two first eyes that I behold. And then she bred me and fed me until I realized my purpose in life. And my purpose is music. So you can take it from there, you know?
Yes, Father Ken. Give thanks, man.
You
All
know,
is well,
respect.
great
Yeah.
man.
No, I can't complain.
Can't complain.
You know, because of Corona and thing, everything kind of shut down. But,
Yes.
but I still do virtual things, you know.
Still working.
I have to give thanks and I need to big up the sound system. Because the sound system input in this time is awesome.
Dub plate settings.
Yeah, enough dub plate and all them things, you know what I mean? We have to show appreciation for the sound system.
Man, have to.
Thank God for the sound system. You know, man, I think when him said the best system in the world is a sound system.
And before I go any further, Father Ken,
Yeah.
it is an honor for me to be sitting down here beside the great man.
Big up Snow.
Big up Snow. Father Snow, Ferdinand.
Introduction,
Yeah,
Snow,
man.
yeah,
Give
big
thanks,
up.
man. Give thanks.
Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them!
Talk to us though, Father Ken. Early life, place of birth.
Denham Town,
Denham Town.
1948.
Yeah.
Well, my birthday, the date kind of funny because I was working with the 22nd for years.
Yeah.
And then I went back for another birthday.
That's the 22nd of March.
Yes. And then they gave me now the 25th.
Yeah?
I have to work with it because you can't go nowhere if you leave the passport not saying what you're supposed to say, right? So, I'm sorry.
Yes.
But Denham Town, I grew up in Denham Town, and for me to get into this business, you know, after leaving, because I attended Denham Town Elementary School those days, and every evening, the Trench Town is the hub for singers, you know.
Yes.
Trench Town.
Definitely.
Right, and every evening I used to go to Trench Town after leaving school. Just to look at, I'm not a sport person, but that's a sports center for those kind of area in those days. Cricket, soccer, ping pong, ball, you know, boxing, everything. And so I used to go there every evening. Even girls took it a boys' school, you know, but girls go come every evening just to enjoy. And I used to go there every evening and watch, look at people playing whatever sport, you know. And the first place that I fell in love with was the dormitory.
Yes.
Because they had a piano inside there. I know nothing about piano, but because, and let me just say it before I go back to that. My mother, she's a singer, you know.
Right.
But she never perform on stage or anything. When she watches her clothes, nothing but singing. And then she have 7 girls and 2 boys.
Yeah.
Yes, and the first girl, Hyacinth Clover, is a singer, entertainer. She's the one that introduced me to stage. Let me remind you of her, because if you ever hear about 2 comedians, Bim and Bam.
Bim and Bam, yes.
Bim was her husband.
Yes.
My sister's husband. And they do a song they call I Want You and My Sweetheart to Be Friends. My sister, you know, yeah. She's the eldest. She's the first Hyacinth Clover. She's the first and I'm the last, you know. So as I was saying, I fell in love. Big tune that man. I fell in love with the dormitory, you know. And
yes.
I used to go there every evening and fool around the piano. And I'd touch, I can just sing to one key, you know. Bang, bang, baby, 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 bang, bang, you're done, do bang. You know what I mean?
Yes,
one
one key.
Because I don't know about cars, you know. And so now, for me to meet with stranger code now, was going to get me into this business professionally.
Yes.
We both of us live in the same vicinity in Denham Town.
Yes.
I live at Albert Street, I live on Greenwich Street. But every evening when I'm going home, I always hear singing around where he lives, singing, you know, and he was already a big star. Because he had sung like Rough and Tough. And he sang with Patsy, you know. And every time I pause, I stop and know that I'm there listening. And gradually I find myself in the midst of it, you know. That's the truth. That's what music is like, you know.
Pull it in.
Why I taste the music, only music alone shall live. Anyhow, and gradually I find myself in the midst of it. And one evening I stopped there and they were singing, you know. And I feel a little harmony. And she looked at me and he said, Ken, he said, you can't sing, you know, because I know me already, you know, so I live in the area, but we never get that close. He said, Ken, you can't sing, you know. I said, you sure about that? He said, yeah, man. And he said, from that day, me and stranger becomes, what is it, Psyche and Trim?
Psyche and Trim.
That's how me and him becomes. And every evening I stop there and we start to write songs together. We wrote, one of the first songs we wrote was Artibella.
Artibella.
How that come about, Artibella?
You wrote Artibella before the Chinese song?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we did Uno Dos first.
Uno Dos?
Man Stranger wrote Uno Dos, counting from 1 to 6. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. You know? 6 long years, you leave my home. Burn up. Come on back, come on back, come on back, come on back, come on back. Back to me. Oh, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Years you leave me. Never know about Spanish until I sing that song. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Not to break it, though.
My name sure if not pronounce it.
Yes, not to break it, but Mon Senwa was done before Uno Dos Tres.
We wrote those 2 songs together.
Okay.
You see, you
so
know,
one Chinese
you have
and
a
one
musical
Spanish.
history, you know.
No,
you have it locked, you have it locked. Because those days, you know, where we wrote Mon Senwa, in Trenchtown and then I'm to Roseton, everywhere consists of the Chinese. You know, their business are grocery shops and bars, and so you got familiar with them, every day you see them, and so we decided that we want to do a song with a sound like Chinese. So we say, I'm always saying, that's what she says to me. I don't know what I mean, but anyhow, as a love song we turn it into.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those were the 2 first.
Yes, and then Stranger decided to go to Jukri to have an audition. And when I went to Treasure Island, on Bond Street, and when I went there, right, as a duo, both of us, Stranger's a powerful man, he's a genius, and I'm sang with Patsy, and me and him sang together as a duo.
Yes.
And he's a solo singer also.
So he... Yes, he's a genius. So he was solo, but it was Stranger and Ken and Stranger and Patsy.
You understand? He's a genius. And so he took me to Jukri for this audition. And when Jukri saw me, you know, I was young, you know, and 15 years old, you know. I was fat and all that, you know, because we eat enough them years. You know, I had 4 dumplings, I get in my plate, all them things. Because my mother drunk for cooking. You know.
Yes.
So when he saw me, he said, Stranger told him that, I have a song with me and this young man here. I want to sing it for you, you know? Look at me and say, well, you're going to this fat little big head boy. You can't sing though. And Stranger said, let's listen to him. So the first time I say, Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Those days the producers, you know, they don't need to listen to anything long, you know. If I hear talent, them know talent, them know say, ma'am, upstairs, we're the studio, recording. And those days, you know, when the red light turn on, you know, it's recording time because both the band and the singer is going through actually the same track. It's only 2 tracks, so they have to record at the same time. It's not like now when they have this multi-track thing.
That and fix up that and
you couldn't do them days.
One.
But me and Stranger rehearse Uno does so much. Every day we sing it. But when I went up there, you have people like musicians like Ronan Alfonso, Jim Bago, Tamama Cook, Light Brevet. You know, these are great musicians, you know.
Yes.
And I have never sung with any band before.
That was the first time.
I recorded any song. So I prayed. I said, Lord, let me go through this. Prayed, I prayed, I said, Lord, put me through this because I love music. I grew up into a musical family, And have to run down the song, about 2-3 times because everybody have to record the same time. So it's like a rehearsal first. So when they're ready to record now, I always have to give thanks to the Almighty God. I'm so fortunate because of Stranger Call. Because I rehearse the song so much that when the recording time, only one cut. When I saw the red light,
take.
Because, for instance, these musicians, they go by how much for them they do for the day. That's how they got paid. So when you go there, you get problem, I'll bring it to the man who cuss and say, what could you be a deal? We want to keep up people time and them love me because one cut. You understand? And from there now, me and Stranger become so, like, up to now, we're a family, up to now. And, but those days now, Sir Coxsone, he was like the Motown of Jamaica. And I must say that still.
Yes.
The Motown of Jamaica. Because you know that American Inspire House, is our first inspiration, the blues. Because they had everything already before we, record changer. Probably having 8 track, 10 tracks.
Yes.
Because it was so far ahead, technology-wise. So, anyhow, we wrote Artibella. We wrote Artibella, but how Artibella comes about, right? There was a program on RJR those days, an Indian program, and they used that as the theme song, but in their language. You can hear the Indian.
Yes.
That's why I just turn it around with English right and say, I don't know name Artibella, But this song, I don't know in the world I go if I don't sing this song.
Yes.
People not comfortable. So we just, Artibella, my pretty little darling, please come home to me. Artibella, I saw you with a fella, and I don't like the idea.
Yes.
And, and so we wrote World Sphere. Another song that is relevant again too. Because in 1962, 60-something around there.
Yes.
64 or something, in the 60s. When they had the World Sphere in New York. Me and Stranger decided that we never take a plane, not even a train, we go up and Moses a plane.
Yes.
We decided that we're going to write a song as if we travel. So we said, took my girl to the World's Fair and let her choose all she needs there. Now you choose, bump, dum. I mean, we call them things there now. Move on true, bump, dum. What more can I do, baby? What more can I do, darling, do for you? You know what I mean? And we decided to go to Sir Coxsone with these 2 songs.
Yes.
As I said before, I was so fortunate because she was Stranger had a big name. When we went to Sir Coxsone.
Straight in.
I'm ready. But we still have to do an audition for him.
Okay.
And when we sang the 2 songs, the studio, right into the studio, Artibella. The first time I do what Artibella was for Sir Coxsone, studio 1. But I fell in love with studio 1 because of the way I grew up. I grew up on the American kind of sound.
Right.
So, and the guys them that and women that is recording for Sir Coxsone for studio 1 are people like Owen Gray, Keaton Enid, and many more, that I can't recall now.
Yes.
Yeah, you have Lord Creator.
You
have Jackie Opel, these people, and when you hear them, it's like you're in America. You understand? You got it.
Yes, man, definitely.
Yeah. So I fell in love and I started to go up there every day without Sir Coxsone even know I'm there, Because when you go to studio 1, everybody sat down all over the place and everybody writing the songs.
Okay.
People like Delroy Wilson, same Owen Gray, etc. Wailers, gay lads, So I fell in love with up there and one day he sent and called me. I realized that I have the interest, And he sent and called me and he said to me, you can sing, I say, yeah, Mr. Dad. And he say, you know, I've never heard anything like you before.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that to me. And it's good encouragement, you know.
Yes.
Because I looked at him and I said to him, you sure about that? That I can sing?
Yes.
And him say, yeah, man, never heard anything like you. And the first time Sir Coxsone sent me in the studio was to do soul music. So he brought back a song from the United States with him. And I adapted the song. It goes like, ooh, baby, I love you, you know? Yeah. And with them all the other group, 3 girls, yes. and a boy inside of it to Dream. And they were the background vocal for me. It was the doo-wop days, you know, yes. Doo-wop days. So when I said, ooh, baby, I love you, they go, ooh, ooh, you know? But I didn't know what now. Jamaican people was start to identify with the ska. Yes. Thank God for Jamaican music. And thank God for people, Jamaican people, because yes. they love what is the first sound that actually we identify with, you know. And it actually, and then there is another indigenous sound, the mento. That they fuse with this sound, yeah. And it becomes a ska. And then people start to identify with the ska. And Sir Coxsone, because when I did the 2 soul songs, they didn't sold much. So he decided to send me back in the studio again to do ska now. And I go in there and I did like, you're no good for what you have done, you know. And then I do, now you come running back. Now you come running on the track, you know. Now this girl was in love, but she run to leave me and yeah. She'll come back and, you know, she'll come back now and she realized we should do one. Yes. So I said, no, you come running back, now you come running the track to me. Yes, and then, you know, Jackie Me Too, he's the arranger, the great Jackie Me Too, he's the arranger for everything that you're still listening to from studio up till now. So he sent me back in there again. Most of the songs that I've done, you know, is adapted song in the first half. Yes. Right, but then I wrote The Train Now Is Coming. The Train. Before we reach the train, yeah. Before we reach the train night station, I'm going to step back a little bit first. Yeah, yes. Yeah. You made mention that there were 7 now, 5 sisters, 2 brothers. Yeah, yeah. Right. All your siblings are still around? No, I'm the only one that lives in this world. The only one? All my family are not here anymore. You know? My condolences, man. Yes, thank you very much. My mother, my father, everybody. The last one that died, she died, she lived in Jonestown. Yes. And she also can sing too. Okay. You know, but yeah. Yes. But I'm the only one that is here, you know. You made mention of Denhamtown Elementary. Yeah. That was the only school you attended? Yes, otherwise from Miss Kelly School, private school. Bonnie Wheelers and Marsha, you've got to feel it, it's electric. And she say, and him say, oh, Miss Kelly with the electric belly. Me and him attended that school too. I'm Bonnie Wheelers, yeah. At Denhamtown Elementary, you were schoolmate with Winston Stewart? Yes, Winston Stewart of the Gaylords, yeah. And, even Byron Lee attended. Byron Lee was there as well. We used to be there at least. I don't quite remember if we just come there in holidays, but I remember when they go to have holidays, they used to have competition in the first class. And me and Winston, every year we won. Okay. If him no won this year, me won. If him no, it's a rival. You know what I mean? So, yes, and I was not a big scholar or anything, but I'm not foolish. Yes, that is important. Very important. Yeah, but, yes. So, but back to the train now, you know? Yeah. That's my first big hit in Jamaica. Yes. The train is coming. Which year? 1968, I think. 1968. Yeah. How that song came about, though? Well, you know, we guys, when we were growing up, we love to go to sea, you know. So we have a Greenwich Farm, we have a tank coal, we have pass the train line, and we could touch the cars and all that. You understand what I'm talking about, you know? So that was the closest thing to us. Yes. As automobile, right? Automobile? Yes. Right? And And so we could touch that, and I decided that I'm going to write a song about the train. Even when I was writing the song, in my bed, now. With a piece of pencil. My mother paused, and because you know when you write a song, you have to quiet, you know.
Yes.
And she paused and said, I'm mad, you get mad, boy. Because in other words, look at me in the house and she not hear one word out of me now. And I tell her, Mom, I look at a song I look about, you know, because she knows I love singing.
Yes.
Because furthermore, let me go back again.
Yes.
When I used to go to Miss Kelly's school and I came home in the evenings, I had them days at tenement yard, you know, because I live in government houses, Trenchtown, all the houses them look alike. So when I came home in the evenings, I used to gather up all the children in the yard, and I would have these mini can and board them at about 5-4, you know.
Yes.
And I board them the whole myself in the can, because drum music is the first music that we identify with also, the drums. You could stay miles and hear the drums when it's coming, you know.
Yes.
You know, march or anything. And so when I came home in the evening, I used to gather up all the children and I put the cans on their neck. But me have to lead the march.
Yes.
So when I lead them around the house, me depend. Balam, 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 balam. Balam, balam. And my mother used to call me Balam. And my first singing name that me get, you know, Balam. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, but and we say we topic we're on now.
Train is coming, but you're telling me the early
right.
Then but even before, but I could finish up this part because you used to enter talent contests and stuff.
I used to do contests at YMCA. My manager took me.
Yes.
And I won too. You know, because most of the songs you sing, them know the words, and I make up my words them. You know, and people don't use to the words of the song, so it's like it becomes my song, you know.
So Mommy was very supportive early on.
My mother, oh my God, my mother loved her so much. Even before she died,
yes,
she was still supportive.
Awesome.
You know,
and Cynthia was there helping, and Hyacinth was there helping as well.
Hyacinth, she was big now, you know, in the big band thing. So she moved out.
Okay.
My mother's house, and I was on her own, and so she used to took me with her on stage. She's the first one that introduced me to a stage, you know, my sister. And my youngest sister on the girl side now, both of us used to dance. And my sister, she was Jack and Jill. Remember that nursery rhyme thing?
Yes, man.
Jack and Jill went up there to fetch a pail of water. And we used to dance every Tuesday night, every Monday night, me and my younger sister dance at the Palace Amusement Theatre.
Yes.
Out by South Camp Road there. One of the sweetest theatre you have in Jamaica.
Yes.
And then I used to do a little pantomime too with her.
But you did a practice of the thing for the start
she should have prepared, you know.
Yeah, prepare.
Because when she have a thing for young people,
yes,
like a pantomime, she let me do it, you know.
The train now, because one of the things is that you and Stranger was in the studio together, but there was a point in time when you linked up with Roy Shirley.
Yes.
That was before or after Train?
No, before the train.
Before the train.
Because my name is Joe White.
Yes.
It's been a long time I haven't seen you, my baby. That's sing by Joe.
Yes.
Every night I go to sleep, I see in my dream. Remember that song? Eh?
Yes, man.
By Joe White. He's in England now, and then Joe White and Chuck, and then I name Chuck. And then me and Ryan Shirley met.
Yes.
And then the four of us, you know, come together and have
so
a
it was
group.
like a group?
The group, we call the group leaders, the leaders. Couldn't stay together for long. Couldn't stay for long because the whole of we are lead singers.
Everybody a leader.
Anyhow, but me and Ryan Shirley did that song. But anyhow, the group, right? We went to Sir Coxsone.
Lollipop Tonight.
Lollipop.
And Paradise.
Lollipop Girl, yeah.
Yes.
Paradise.
Those were two of the songs that you ran.
Brother, to have that girl, you know she loved me, and she's paradise. I don't remember the words.
Yes, man. That's totally
but we wrote a song when we call When the World is on Fire, the title of it.
Yes.
Four of us wrote the song, When the World is on Fire. And I remember we go to Sir Coxsone, you know, because Sir Coxsone, I just told you, you know, he is what a singer is focusing on, you know.
Yes.
We went there and he liked it, and we did it for him. But when we go back to get the money for it, it's £7 you get from one side them days, eh? Him say he don't like it, he will wipe it off. Because he don't like it, you know. So one night I was on my car at Gwynedd Street and Mercer Street in Denham Town. I have a sound in a Rosetown. In a Rosetown,
Yes.
named Certain Naya, you know, a sound.
Certain Naya.
And them days they have some long back on. Some man, you know, so them say I come through the breeze, when the breeze I carry the sound.
Carry it come.
And it's far right up on my can I hear the song, you know. I come through the hand, you know. And I walk, so when them play the next song, play the another song, I follow the sound until I reach right on spot.
Yes.
And I look at Sir Naya, the selector, and said, hey, you play a song I want to go name when I was on for him. Say, yeah man, Sir Coxsone and
rub it off then.
You see the next morning, you know me want...
You go for your 7th.
I woke up the next morning and go and wake up right sure because I'm living in Clock Tower.
Yes.
Where Trenchtown School is. And Joe live at Greenwich Farm Beach. And Chuck live at Luke Lane.
Mm-hmm.
But him live the closest to Music City, the record shop.
Yes.
And Orange Street, Sir Coxsone, the first record shop that...
Music City.
Music City, yeah. So the three of us go for Chuck and then we go to the Music City before it will open. The shop before it will open, we just go down there and sit down on the sidewalk and wait till downbeat come.
You want to see the record?
And when him come, if him know, so we know what take place. Him just say, Jackson, him call the word Jackson, give me a little time and soon come. Yes. I will get £7.10 before away.
Yes.
I know that £7.10 most singers those days on Orange, because Orange Street is the street for music, you know. Most singers when they got paid for a song, a sidewalk will count our money upon, you know.
Yes.
So when we get the £7, we go up on a sidewalk and share 10 shilling, 10, come right down to some shilling and thing.
All right.
But I enjoyed it, you know, those days.
Yes.
And enjoyed it.
Before the train, you started recording for Byron Lee?
No, after.
After?
Because look here, I didn't tell you about the train. Would you know?
So tell me about the train.
Because when I did the train, right, release, you know, him children were singing that song,
yes.
Little Children. And at one time, me and some police got caught up because I was smoking a reefer.
Yes.
And they took me to Denham Police Station and they locked me up, you know.
Oh, okay.
Because they know my mother, everybody, and my father. My father a big politician, you know. I mean, I say women or anything. so anyhow, but I remember when one day I was on my veranda sitting down, I sat down and little children would pass because then there's a police have jeep, you know.
Yes.
There's a jeep them drive, you know. So some children have passed me out one day, you know. Said the jeep is coming, Ken Boothe. I said the jeep is You must know this song was so popular, you know.
Yes.
Big song, you know, that song. Everything that happened for me is between Stranger Cole and the train. And the train.
And it's funny you said that, you know, because there's a thing that says anything you know, say a song about it, or when children start singing.
You never know when children start singing a song, you know, that's
gone.
it. That's gone. Mm-hmm. And from there, then now for me to leave Jamaica, out of Jamaica for the first time, it was Puppet on a String.
Puppet on a String.
Because Sir Coxsone went to England and he brought back Puppet on a String with him, and it chose me to sing it.
Yes.
And the original singer for it is Sandy Shaw, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, and one evening we were going home and Jackie me too came outside Brentford Road. You know, funny enough, you know, we didn't have no complex as entertainers, as singers. We all live in the same vicinities.
Yes.
So one day we're going down, me realized, tell her I was listening to tunes, you know. We're leaving Sir Coxsone and Jackie called me and said he wanted me to do it, and I turned around and went back in the studio, did it, and sound system was how you get to promote a song those days, you know. So when I finished doing the song, Sir Coxsone told me to meet with him now by Greenwich Farm, because Greenwich Farm was a music then, you know. Greenwich Farm, you see there, you know. So I went down there in the night, and let me tell you this. You see, when they played Puppet on a String, like they played 2 months and I have to play it back that night. So that's a feature song for the whole entire night.
Puppet on a String.
That's how you know that that song is going to hit again, you know, because the people demand it, yeah. You know, and so he releases it in England and in the ethnic market. We have to give thanks to Caribbean people too, you know.
Right.
Our people, you know.
Because they were in England receiving the music.
Because those days people migrated to England and it's 14 days on a ship. And so when we got there, you know, I remember when I called me on stage, Me and Alton doing Alton Ellis.
Alton Ellis, yes.
Because he had Get Ready, Rock Steady. And that was doing good in England too, so both of us, you know. And we traveled to England, and when they called me out on stage, I didn't use the stage so much, so I closed my eyes. When I
nervous?
It would kill me. I don't know if she's going to have a little thing in her belly more time.
Like a butterfly.
A butterfly, they call it. And when I went out there, closed my eyes and singing, take my time and hope, you know, and see the people enjoying it, and never ever sing for white folk.
That was the first time performing for
seeing white people
like
enjoying Jamaican music.
Yes.
And how that happened is because our same Caribbean people introduced them to the sound and invited them to come and watch the shows also. So you see where it come from?
Yes.
No one man thing, you know?
Yes.
And so we had a tour in England. You know, and then when I came back from England, I remember my second time out of Jamaica was at Nassau and Freeport. And then after that, we just started to travel because Jamaican music started to
take on.
But one of the things we have to remember that England is the first place outside of Jamaica
that receive and accepted the music.
And accept Jamaican music because of Caribbean people. And you know, I don't believe in color.
Right.
Color, race, creed, or you know, I don't believe in those things because over the years, white folks supported us so much. Because when I go to Europe, you know, people from all different culture, you know. But you know, I don't believe in color because music has no color and it has no barrier.
Music is just music.
Music is just music. You don't speak one tongue.
One tongue.
Anywhere you go in this world, you can speak that language.
Music.
Like if you have an orchestra and 100 people from different culture, Chinese, they don't understand the money. When they read that sheet, you know, one way, all of them can understand it. Can you imagine that?
True.
Thank God for music.
That's deep as a boat. That is deep. The Train, big song. And that was the first song that actually propel you to the masses.
To the people, yeah.
Yes. I don't want to stress a lot to the scene, but give a few lines out of the Train.
Train is coming, baby. Said the train is coming now. Said the train is coming, baby. Said the train is coming now. So long I've been waiting for you. You mean who played that?
Who played on it? Who were some of the musicians on Jackie Me Too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Jackie and Wangin and Joe. Joe plays drum. Joe Isaac.
Yes.
He plays the drum. You know, as far as I can remember, yeah. But then after a while, Sir Coxsone started to use different musicians.
Right.
While the sound was changing, coming from ska to rock steady, you know, the train is rock steady. It was a different set of drummers them started to use. A youth named Phil, one named Joe.
Phil as in Phil Pratt?
No,
okay.
but I also recorded for Phil Pratt, you know.
Okay.
And I did Bacardi Bella for him, yeah. But after a while, my mind changed from ska to rock steady.
Definitely.
So it was a different set of musicians. Because them telling you Scatterlight weren't together no more.
Right.
Because Scatterlight first, you know, played that shooter one. You know, Dan Drummond, Light Nibs, all these people.
The legends in the circuit.
They're talking about
because
musicians.
I heard you mention earlier that you, Alton, the Eptones and some people that like be legends that you mentioned.
All legends. I've never looked at myself as a number one in nothing.
Yes.
Because all the singers and players of instruments shall be there. All my springs are in thee.
Yes.
The 87 Psalms. Him God himself love music. You know, so I'm not a selfish person. Yes. I don't carry complex with me. I'm not my home here. I listen to a variety of music. You know?
Yes, because I'm looking at the music
and you can see that
a million different
Capleton is here,
yes.
DJ is here,
Beanie Man is here.
Beanie Man is here, the whole of them is here.
Yes. Scared
because they make contribution, you know,
yes.
to the development of this music.
Yes.
And it put food on the table, bread on the table, you know, and because most singers are not fortunate people. We didn't grow up with no fortunate family where they're rich and You know, I always say that the only fortunate person I would think of is Cat Core.
Cat Core.
Yeah, because his father was a minister of finance.
Cat
David
Core
Core,
father
yeah.
was Minister of Finance.
He used to live in Viral, where you see there now.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, I used to go to Viral and look for him, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we'll have a piercing I used to up there, I didn't have in a circle.
Yes.
Before it turned third world. So most singers, I don't see no singer with born fortunate,
Cat
financially.
Core born in a
And probably a few more too, I don't know
yes.
about.
But that make a lot of sense.
So we need to be humble.
Yes.
You know, and for me, my fellow men come first, not the music, but people. You know, people comes first for me. And kindness is a wonderful thing, but no one is obligated to you for kindness. Because we didn't buy life. What a beautiful gift.
Beautiful.
And you can't sell it. You don't buy it and you can't sell it.
True.
You know, so when somebody exchanges something with me, I appreciate it.
Yes.
But I don't have to thank them. I thank the Lord God to send them to me or me to them. And that's the way I think it. That's how I looked at it, you know.
So you adopted Puppet on a String.
Yeah, I adopted it.
Monster song.
Boy, I mean, up till now, all the train up till, you know, thank God for people, you know.
Thank God for people.
Because even the younger folks today come and listening to these songs and appreciate what they hear, you know. And know it through these music, so. We talk about Phil Pratt.
Yes.
He produced me too, you know, for quite some time. I did a couple of songs for my whole album, and then it come right down to Light Charmers.
Yes.
That's all, everything I want going to come about now. One of my biggest songs in this world.
Because you had moved away from Sir Coxsone.
Sir Coxsone, go to Miss Pattinger. We go to Beverly's first.
You go to Beverly's before Sonia.
Yeah, but that's where I do Freedom Street. Let's not quarrel.
Oh, yes.
Let's not fight. Yes. That's why I did that.
And that was an album. That was part of an album.
Yeah,
Freedom Street album.
Yeah, right.
But your first album was Mr. Rocksteady.
Yes.
1966.
Right.
That was for Coxsone.
Yes. 69.
Well, in the research, Mr. 66.
Okay, right. Yeah. But then we leave from Beverly's because we want
so
better
Beverly's
men.
was owned by Leslie Kahn.
Leslie Kahn, yeah. You do your research, you know.
We'll get there.
You teach them.
Teach them.
You know your name, teach them. You do your research.
Yeah, man.
And then because we're looking for betterment, we started now we have family now.
Have kids and stuff.
So we moved down to Miss Pattinger, we'll get a little better deal. And after that we leave and go on our own.
Yes.
And we met with Light Charmers and a guy named Pete Weston.
Yes. And
Pete was the finance Nancy.
Yes. Had him have some money.
Yeah, we working at a place with him. And then Lloyd, him already a singer before him we.
Yes.
Charmers.
Light Charmers.
Yeah, and Teddy, and two of them a duo. And then Lloyd started to produce. We started to produce ourselves, right? And then we had a company we call Links.
Links.
Yeah, you know. And Melodians, Delroy Wilson, myself and the gay lads. Even certain song you hear they play up till now. Like it comes and goes, the feeling I've been feeling when it comes with Melodians.
Yes.
And Delroy sing, put yourself in my place, only for a day. You know? If you can find the loneliness I feel inside, you know?
Yes.
But as we produce those songs, and then my song that I recorded in the company was, can't you see she is lonely, leave her alone, you know?
Yes.
And we're a good seller. I'm not singing now, I'm humming now for you, I'm humming. Right.
Over your soul to Sweet Circuit. What was the title of that song? The Girl I Left Behind?
No, Can't You See.
Can't You See.
And a lot of people wrote songs for me during that period too, because Baba and wrote, I'm gonna tell you goodbye, babe. And Baba and wrote that, you know. Yeah. And then when I went to Miss Passenger, BBC from Miguel wrote, Lady, lady, lady with the starlight. He wrote that, and I'm done that for Miss Passenger.
Big tune that I get
good song, man. Big song there. And then after we dismantle Links.
Yes.
You know, I met with I keep me and Lady we became friends, real close. And he started to produce me.
The Charmers.
Charmers, and he started to work with Federal, that is now Tough Gang.
Tough Gang, yes.
And then so I got to do Everything I Own. How would that song come about, Everything I Own? I was in Canada, and I was with a friend, Paul Buchanan.
Yes.
You know, I was at his home staying with him, and he played Andy Williams' album. He's a white guy.
Yes, man.
Who was a great singer. And he played on the album, and then he was singing Everything I Want on the album. And Bucky looked at me and said, Ken, you know, as you go, me should I do that song, yeah? And Light Sharma, that produced me them days for Federal, you know. And those days, it's 9 songs that completed an album. So we reached 10 songs. And we have 9 and didn't have no more. And like that, anything him say, I have to go buy it, you know, kind of produce me.
Yes.
So he was searching for another song for me to do. And couldn't find another one. And right away, I remember what Bucky told me, you know. And I said to Light Sharma, I said to him, Light, you know, have this song. And when he produced me, they don't want to hear nothing from me. I want to sing, so.
Yes.
So anyway, the musician him say, we don't have time for that, man. And him kind of way there. And the musician say, make we hear the song Light Parks. Everybody there and I'm really Lindo, you know.
Great.
And Val Douglas, he played bass too. Everybody was there, because he was different bass man.
Yes.
And you see me school with the people that own Federal. The only time them came into that studio when them know them about each song and them man. We just see them just recording probably in the evenings, you know, when everybody gone, them go inside and listen and know what to release. You see that day when I did everything I want, Miss Curry come into the studio and she said, if this song don't go number 1, she's going to soul the whole complex.
Yeah?
All our place. That's when them know them about it for the man, you know.
Yes.
And so said, so done. The song release and big it and them days, you know, me live near the Arnett Garden, them called Jungle. And in the jungle, me say, you know, Arnett Garden.
Arnett Gardens.
You know, I remember trying to make the place look bad. The Tivoli Garden name still stand out because Tivoli Garden.
Right.
You hear that? You call place Jungle. I don't know the jungle we live in now.
Yes.
Anyhow, Arnett Garden. And I was living at Texton Road. You know, and when this song released, I was number 1 out here. And then they released it in England. And one day I was on my veranda. And the postman them days, I remember a bell, you know.
Yes.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, and I know like how development would come
Cell phone and email and then something.
You know what I mean? And so I went outside, you know, and there was a telegram saying that the song is in the breaker.
Yes.
In England, when the song in the breaker, it's looking
Just
to
before
go
it got the charts.
Before it got to the charts. And then I was so busy in Jamaica. When they releases it in England, they wanted me to come and do a top of the pops. Because it's in the breaker. But I didn't have no time for it, you know.
Busy.
I was so busy in Jamaica because them trying to show business in Jamaica, you know.
No business.
And a joke thing, you know. We had toured the whole island and them things. And when I went up there, you know, I get the time when I went up there, I got the time. Before I went up there, they used this guy at a window. I didn't you can see his face, I was in shadow. And it looked like me, but you know me.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
All right. And then I went up and I did a couple of shows. I must show my appreciation for Jimmy Cliff. Because Jimmy Cliff was about a big star and Desmond Dekker in England, you know. And only grade all of them, they migrated long time ago. Yes. Big star, so I got a show with him at the Hammersmith Palais. And that's the way the song gonna really take off, you know. Because I've never performed before, because Jimmy Cliff I perform, I pay white folks look at them, you know.
Right.
Mostly, you know.
Yes.
And when I go on stage, I, you know, perform. And the song started to go up on the charts. You know, until number 1 and...
So number 1 a yard, number 1 abroad.
You know, yard and abroad.
Yard and abroad.
Me tell you, my brother.
Yes.
You know, and from there, you know, but I've got the privilege that me and John Holt had. we open doors for a lot of artists.
Yes, definitely.
Because those two songs, the Tide is High, number 7, and I had the number 1 song, Everything I Own. And when it comes to certain kind of situation, me and John Root first, we got that experience before many people, you know?
Yes.
Because I remember that all metropolitan life, you know what it means, right? It's elite kind of.
Yes.
I remember I met with people like, not met with them really, but on the same stage, on top of the pops, Elton John, Hot Chocolate, Eric Glitter, the Righteous Brothers, and you know.
The Wizoo in the music at the time.
They were the big stars, and I've done shows like the Christmas Gala. Every year they have a show they call the Christmas Gala that they tune in, they connect other artists from other places over the world.
Yes.
And I remember one year I was on it, and Michael Jackson was on it when he was playing in his prime.
Yes.
Barry White was on it. They come at me and them really actually on the same show.
Yes.
Although them was
yes, understand.
Right. I remember the 3 degrees, those 3 girls.
Yes, man.
Yeah, but it's not all you hear me talk about the nice part of it.
Yes. It wasn't all nice.
It wasn't all that nice. It wasn't all that nice.
There were challenges.
Yeah, I have my ups and downs.
For example, the Trojan situation.
Everything I own, Trojan. When me and John came out to Jamaica, they bankrupt with all the royalties and things, you know. And me and John decided to go to England. So we flew to New York, stay overnight, and then flew to England. And we reached Trojan, and we see his record covers. You know, so nobody to talk to. And then this other set of people who bought the company and called it Trojan Recordings. So one day I was at my house in England, and I heard that these people wanted to see us, me and John Holt. And I went there, and what they was offering, yeah, you know, I don't want to be lied to you, but both of us got £20,000 each.
Okay.
You hear me? But just to sign up with them.
Just to sign up, yeah.
But then after a while, I realized that it was a good contract.
Right.
I was trying to get, we don't get that £20,000 one time now, you know.
It's piece by piece.
We got an advance, but they come bit by bit. And when we realized that the contract weren't good, I tried to get out of it. But them don't want us to set us free, no. And after a while, my career go right down the drain.
Because you were tied to that contract.
Yeah. And my family went through a lot because of that. My wife here, you know. I have to love her, you know. She's a woman, let me say something. God is not just here alone. You know all these years I'm teach you about God is just him?
Yeah.
Nothing like that. God is both he and she. He Mary Magdalene. You them never tell you about that it was Christ's girlfriend. And I say I 12 disciples Christ. I lie. 13 months my career when the disciples go to.
Yeah.
It was 30 disciples. Which part of the woman that day?
Yeah.
So she was there. And all these years I'm telling her about 12 men. You know what I mean? And so women do respect. Women are the goddesses of earth.
Yes.
They do respect
Totally agree, man.
They do respect just like men, you know? And so a lot of things happened between that time. And in my wife that is here right now.
Yes.
She played a great part in my life, my development, because one time I have to live with her at her mother's house.
Oh.
My Chisholm Avenue. And you know, and then, well, you know, I rather emphasize on the best part of life. You know? Because people always have something to say.
Yes.
And whatever mistake I made, I ask forgiveness. And that, you know, because you're not perfect.
Right.
We're not perfect, none of us. The only perfect one you have is the one who sent us here, equal in his eyes.
Yes.
You know, but I give thanks that I'm still alive and I'm doing what I love to do best, music. You know, I just did a virtual show for the Ministry of Culture.
Yes.
Babs Green.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about Babs a little later. Because Babs is manager at one
she
stage.
She played a great part in my development also. You know, she played a great part in my development. Can't say nothing else more than that. We check for each other.
Yes.
Whether politics or not.
Yes.
Because we know each other before them together.
That, right.
And she played a great part in my development, and I honor her for that. You know, and until now, she's still playing her part.
Yes.
She still like me as a person, as a friend. Because I told her I was at King's House. I do a recording the other day, a virtual thing for the upcoming award.
Right.
So, right. You know, but...
Let me ask you a little question though. I remember I asked you earlier there. Was because I read somewhere it says that somewhere along the journey you kind of got caught up with drugs?
Yeah, of course, yeah. That is one thing I'm sure of where show business. You have to know what you're doing. There's no business like show business. There's no business I know. Everything surrounds it.
Everything.
Yeah, and if you don't know what you're doing, you'll get caught up because I associate with people in those days with people who well off.
Yes.
Have money. And I got mixed up. You know, with cocaine and all them things. But I know that God gave me something to do.
Right.
And if I don't do it, that thing will destroy what He gave me to do. So I don't have to go to no detox because I'm ambitious.
Oh, you didn't?
No detox, I stop it.
Oh, you just stop?
Because I'm ambitious. I don't want to tear up body pants and mash up shoes and them kind of thing and don't honest. Because to the long run, that's what some people end up doing, you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I'm really happy that you were able to snap out of it, sir.
Of it, right, you know. But I don't fight people for what they do, what they are doing. I don't fight no one. If a man free to do what he want to do.
Yes.
But I know I couldn't continue with that because it would hurt my career, you know. So, and I have my family, you know. But as I said, I'm not fighting no one.
Right.
Anything any man want him free to do, but I know what I want to do. And that's what I have done. My family, my wife, she's a jet setter. Because she's so nice to me that God is good enough. I looked at her one day going to work. And I said, she have done so much for my children when I weren't there for them. And I said, you know, I think you need some rest. And from that day,
she not work again.
God is so good to us. You know, guys, she done so much. When I looked at her, I said, no. It's God taught to me, you know.
Yes.
Not me, I do that after no rich, because I'm not rich, I not them days. But
yeah.
I just say, make she get some rest. And then I started to travel with her. Everywhere I go, she's there with me.
She's there with you.
Every country in this world, she's there with me. Because she's my company. She prepared me. She took care of me when it comes to, if I need some tea to make my voice.
Mellow.
And up till now, she's doing the same thing.
Yes.
She's cooking right now.
Wonderful.
And so that's why I tell you that women and men are equal in the eyes of God. The Bible says that men are the head of the house. When not all the while him can solve the problem. Sometimes when your children, your wife.
Yes.
You know, so but probably you have a right to listen probably him first, but when you listen to him, you must have the right thing I say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Definitely, man.
So I big up the women, you know, and even nowadays too. I need to let these musicians and singers and a whole and people in show business know that women need to be respected. But I know they're getting respect right now, because sometimes you see a show.
Just be a man, the bunny.
And not even not know, but the way they describe women.
Ah, true. You
know, this younger generation. I don't think it...
Put some respect on the women, them name.
They need to big them up big time now. Them big them up, but in a kind of way where it sound...
Need for bigger. Big up need for bigger.
Big up need to get it bigger. You see you?
We made mention of 2 songs already where, you know, people are going to beat me up if I make a give a couple lines.
Yeah.
Puppet and a string and everything I own.
I wonder if one day that you say that you care. If you say you love me madly, I'll gladly be there. Like a puppet on a string.
Nice.
I'll be just like a merry-go-round with all the fun in the fair. One day I'm feeling down on the ground. Then I'll look in the air. Wonderful song.
Beautiful song.
Excellent song. Done so much for my career, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, like any other artist, you know, but sometimes artists, I've never said anything bad about any artist. You know, but sometimes, you know, no matter what you say, it's how you say it.
True.
So some people need to know that, and I don't carry things with me.
Yes.
I would never carry things for all 60 years, I still have it, you know
Don't
me.
my father.
I'm 73 years old
Yes.
now, you know.
No, don't hold on for the mic, it'll go pick up.
Yeah.
That.
I'm 73 years old.
Yes.
And out of my singing career, I've never had any professional grudge for any
No
artist.
feud, no squabble, no nothing.
No. And one thing I know about we guys from the 60s is that we don't carry complex in music. You go to Delroy with the house and hear him play my song.
Right. And come to Ken Boothe and hear him
And hear him play
Delroy.
Delroy. You know, we didn't have that kind of situation around we. So we have to give thanks, you know, and I'm thankful that I'm alive, that I can be in your presence. You
I
know,
am
Simo and
Cool for that, Scotty.
Keita.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many people know Sir Ken Boothe as a great vocalist, but some people may not be aware that you played the organ at some point in time.
Yeah, but not professionally.
Not professionally.
I can bang it.
You
We
can
call
bang
it
it.
bang.
And
I also
you
love
never
the
played
teaching.
on any song?
Yeah.
Right.
I played on My Jamaican Girl. You're my Jamaican girl. I played on a couple of songs and I played some songs on Derek Harriott.
Yes. You
One
played
time we
okay.
had a band called Conscious Mind.
That was who was in that? BBC?
BBC, me, Stewie plays drum.
That Winston
And Joe
Stewart.
played bass from the Gaylords too.
Yeah.
You know, and what again? Yeah, so, and Joe White was in it at one time too. He plays the keyboard. He could play the keyboard professionally, you know?
Watch This Sound by the Uniques. You played organ on that song.
Yes, yeah.
What you mean you don't play professionally?
I
That's
play,
it, you
no,
know,
but this is one and me use, you know.
Just one hand. Oh, you don't do
And
the-
me use two and one finger upon one key and the other one upon the four. You know?
Yes.
Or the three arm.
Yes.
Yeah, but I must give thanks that in every era that I get a little touch of it. You know, even right now I'm promoting a children album
Yes.
that I've just completed.
What's the name of it?
Wait for me. Wait for us.
It's out already?
No, I just premiere it and premiering tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
And on stage. You know,
Tell me about that.
and I must give thanks because children are the heritage, you know.
Yes.
Nice to have them knowing about you. And,
Definitely.
I have a whole host of grandchildren. I'm also a grandfather and I'm also a great-grandfather now. And
yes.
because a man without a family, you know, is not a complete man, you see.
You can't complete the truth,
So
sir.
we need to, when you look at the children, you see you.
Yes.
You look at me right now, you see my
Continuity,
father.
man.
Continuation, you know.
Yes,
So,
man. Definitely.
yeah. And I must say, give thanks to people and all that supported us over the years. Now what would we do without the audience out there? When you look on a flap show, you will sing same, you know, but if you pack up a people, you
get a
know,
big, a nice
the vibes you get, man, and so. So people for me comes first.
Yes.
You know, and I love the teaching of His Imperial Majesty. If you look around, you can see that.
See a lot of it.
I honor him and love him, you know.
Yes.
Because there's none like him in this time, you know.
Yes.
Because when His Majesty utters, you know, He utters for humanity, not for no particularly country. And if you notice, all the leaders of the world today, they talk for their country.
Right.
Imagine don't speak for Ethiopia. I mean, him talk about Ethiopia, I'm saying we in Ethiopia. Check that out. You know, it's also, I love his teaching for until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. That's why we have so much problem, you know.
They'll be why.
Through racism and color and creed and
yes.
So we have to. If I listen to somebody's words, and Marcus Garvey,
yes.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther, and you have many more from different countries. Even Nostradamus.
France.
He was a prophet, yeah.
Yes, man.
And you have many more from other different countries so that I don't know about something, but I'm sure of that. That in every generation, in every country, they have a prophet.
Yes.
Someone who if you listen to them, you go in the right path.
True.
You know, so I love his modesty teaching.
Yes. You start Duo Creed, you work with Duo Creed,
Yeah.
Sir Coxsone,
Yeah.
Sonia Patterson,
90.
90,
You do
Kang,
silver words
that
Beverly
Beverly's,
Kang, Miss Pattinger.
Phil Pratt,
And there's that Syrian guy,
Hudson.
Keith Hudson.
Yeah.
There's a Syrian guy, you know.
Sheeta.
Remember the name of the Syrian guy?
Yes.
Mike, Sir Mike.
Yes,
He used to have a sound system, you know. And have a store by Princess Street. I recorded for him too.
So you recorded for many
And they have
people.
some other people that never go into the business, do recording because they like us.
Right.
You have Mr. Percy. He's not here with us anymore, died long time. You have Sevens, Big Sevens, you know, the man they just love what to do and they decide to spend the money on us.
Right.
But they never pursue it.
But you kept on, even after, leaving Sir Cox, you kept on going back. You had a special relationship with Sir Coxsone.
Yeah. And we fall out in a certain sense, you know,
Yes.
because of financial situation. But I used to say things to that weren't really relevant. And I have to take back my words when I looked at what he had done for us. Because up till now, I'm still surviving because of that.
Because of what he did early on.
Early on, yeah. So, these people, their name will never die, you know.
Because Sir Cox's story, Sir Ken, he's a man, based on my understanding, started out, he went on farm work,
Right.
get some money,
Yeah.
and started the music.
They invested in music. Can you imagine that? And it works.
Many of the legends came through his hand, man.
Eh?
I said many of the legends came through his hand.
Most singers in Jamaica go through his hands and Duo Creed.
And some of the musicians, Jackie
The
Mintu
whole of
and all
them,
of
most
them
of them
people
go through
there.
his hands. Him like Parks had a group too, you know.
Right.
And the first person he recorded for I think was Suda one too.
Studio One.
Termites is the name, no?
Yeah, Termites,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Him and
I don't remember his name, you know. I've seen him for years now.
went Vernie.
I don't remember him
I think I Wentworth Vernal in name.
But he was a craftsman. He
Yeah,
used to
man,
make
yeah, man.
bags and
Definitely. I think I Wentworth Vernal.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could be wrong for the first name, but that's something like that.
Yeah.
So you have great memories with Sir Cox.
Yeah, great.
Despite the fact that you may not have been remunerated as well as you should have in terms of receiving.
I know what you mean. But as I said, I try not to emphasize on those things.
Right.
Because there's no emphasis much on those things. Because what they had done for us, we're still living through those situations. So
Give thanks.
we must give thanks, you know.
Thanks, yes.
You know what I mean?
And it was the work of Sir Coxsone that kind of helped you
Yeah,
to achieve everything you
because
want,
as I said before, he invested in money with the farmer, and said, this man put my money in and I'm going to lose it or not. And it worked, you know.
Yes.
I must give thanks to him, you know.
Yeah, we still have a little piece of everything I own. That is the only one we have left.
You sheltered me from storm, kept me warm, kept me warm. You gave my life to me, set me free, set me free. The finest years I ever knew is all the years I have with you, and I would give everything I own, give up my life, my heart, my own, and I would give everything I own just to have you all back again, just to talk to you words again.
If there's someone you
know, you're loving them so, and you're taking it all for granted. You may lose them one day, someone takes them away, and you don't hear a word they say. And I would give everything I own. Boy, I can't switch in them in Scotty at dance.
She love it, man.
Boy, I'm not tell you why. I tell you, say,
She love it.
that is not he alone, it's also he and she.
He and she.
And give thanks to man and man, you know.
In 1969, you entered the festival competition. Be Yourself.
No, not be yourself.
Pleading?
No, man. Black, gold, and green.
Black, gold, and green? Yeah? So Be Yourself, what kind of song?
And that was written by also Keith Hudson.
Keith Hudson.
Seeing that I'm not full of fashion, you don't like me.
Yes.
I'm going to be myself for nobody else, you know.
Yeah, I know the song, but you see the research kind of lead me down the wrong lane.
Yeah, some
but
of
it was
them,
actually
some of them
1969.
information, they don't get them properly.
So we are correct it now.
But the 69 festival, we entered it, right?
Black, gold, and green.
There is a land of pure beauty where blessing awaits for us all. And if your heart is clean, I know you will redeem in the land of the black, gold, and green. It is a land that is holy, the holiest land you'll ever see. And if we unite as one, I know we can understand about the land of the black, gold, and green. Is Jamaica that you
placed in that competition?
Yeah, and you know, everybody that wrote about it and write about it at least, they said it should be the song.
It should be the song.
But we run out.
Yes.
Because of them sound, them I look for them,
yes,
them too clean.
Right.
Them sound too clean, you know.
Yes. You were in a group called the Conscious Minds?
Conscious Mind. Me, BB, Seaton. Two of the gay lads.
That was Winston and Wells?
No, not Winston.
Not
Joe, not Delano. Delano migrated to America. But it was Joe White.
Yes.
On keyboard. Me and Slim Smith as singers.
Slim Smith was in that
Yeah,
group?
right. See what was up? Yeah?
Great Slim.
Yeah, man, Great Slim, I'm a key friend, you know.
Yeah.
And then you have Shui and drums. Guitar and Bibi on guitar and Joe on bass.
Legendary.
And then we have the two brothers. We have Willie blow trumpet. He died in New York just the other day. And we have two of them. We have him and his brother. Both of them were soldiers in the army. You know, we used to go into the army and you see Allah, which is Chalice. Allah name, right?
Yes.
The keyboard.
Yes.
How we first go for Allah, you know. Him blow French chant, you know. The only song French chant ever played into is my song. The same Black, Gold, and Green.
Black, Gold, and Green.
French chant, you know. You know when they roll up so?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Him blow that. And not one instrument these people do play now.
Yeah, multiple.
Them teach them to play a lot of instruments in the army.
You were
and then you have Trummy.
Trummy.
That Derek Hines.
Yes.
He's the one
with the name.
who blow the trombone in my Jamaican girl. You're my Jamaican girl. Hey, your memories, eh?
Memories. Was there another group by the name of the Messengers?
Yes.
That's Light Charmers group.
Light Charmers, Buster Brown, and me and Bibi.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a lot of groups that were in.
Yeah, man. Really, but it was about business we are doing now. We had a solo singer.
Yeah, so we just come together.
We come together and we have a group name. You know.
Yes. So everything I own went #1 in the UK.
Yeah.
#1 in Jamaica.
And other places too.
And other places.
All over Europe it was in the charts, you know.
Yes.
In America.
Yeah.
The first time I saw myself in the Billboard magazine, it was in America.
For which song? Same, everything I
own, yeah. You know, I had Carnegie Hall sold out.
Yeah.
I never go.
What do you mean you never go circuit?
It have to be a reason why. Because you see this wealth you never talk about?
Yes.
Wealth.
Wealth.
Otherwise, some Jimmy Cliff and certain people, I'm the first one who get that privilege to get wealthy.
Yes.
And couldn't take it. Couldn't come in a man because of spirituality. Probably won't be here right now having this conversation.
If you did run down certain things.
It probably turned me into another world. It took me into another world, and that's why I looked at it, you know. Because I realized what our suffering is about. How you can go down and you can go up. You know, and same people you meet on the way up, and the same people you meet on the way
down.
So I'm glad that my journey took me through all these things that I could realize myself. Because sometimes when these things happen to you, you know, there's so much glamour and glitter around you that so you can lead you astray.
True.
You know, mind sharp. So I'm glad for my journey. See where I'm in your presence. And I know I think simplicity means a lot, you know.
It's the most beautiful thing in the world, man.
Simplicity.
It's the most beautiful
I try
thing
to be simple and know to treat people, because even if me and the police was like him stop me and thing.
Yes.
Because police stopped me one night in my car, you know. And you know it's me, you know. Because I just take it gently and nice and say, sir, you know, just because it's so late now at night and just go through the light.
Yeah.
And them say, where's your paper? So them give me paper and them say, hold on, you go. And you name Ken Boothe and so simple and so calm. Because you know, because you're some artist, you know. Who am I? Not me.
You humility, man.
But I'm a person who still stand up for my rights.
Have to.
You know?
Have to.
You know, freedom.
Yes, Crying Over You went #11 on the UK chart. That was a follow-up to Everything I Own.
Written by Light Chalmers.
Light Chalmers wrote it.
Because he had done it before, you know, with the group, Duo.
Yes.
And then let me do it back again, and #11. And we see the songs that we guys recorded over the years. Millions them sell, you know.
Millions.
All the way. Millions. I tell you that. Millions them sell, them sold, you know.
But have you benefited from those millions of sales?
Royalties, yeah.
Royalties. So the royalties and publishing started out.
Yeah, some societies, you know.
PRS and the works.
Right, you know.
Yeah,
right, all of them. And these people, thank God for them, you know.
So at some stage in the journey, you
have the so-called producer and we want to take everything, you know, and put all them name on your song, same right, it all them things them do, you know. Yeah.
But you sort out your thing?
Yeah, man, you see, after a while, we realize them things are going, we just get to the company and make them know we're going, and then some of them back down, them have to back off.
I'm glad to know you sort out the thing, sir Boothe.
Yeah, I'm not sort out everything, because if they really research good, the amount of, it's millions of dollars out there for all of us. All of us, they stole from us, you know. Because they know that we are not that well learned as they do. Of course, that's a fact. Because some of these people, they go to this college, that college, and they know about maths, and they know about, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I know composition and arithmetic. You know, I thank God I'm not foolish, I'm not stupid.
We're glad for that. Glad for that.
You know what I mean?
Some people dream forgot top of the pops back them time, but Sir Ken do about 7, 8.
About 12 times.
How much?
About 12 times. Just the other day, my friend was talking, Mikey Campbell, that used to be like a roadie for me.
Yeah.
And I was telling him something, because I didn't even know him. He said, no man, you about 12 times can go up on that. Because a minute them send for me, you know.
Top of the pops.
I have to record it. It's not the original song you sing, you know.
Yes.
Because everything I want was an original you sing, you have through the music union. You have to, every time you're going to do Top of the Pops, you have to re-record it again. With the musicians and an orchestra. I remember the first time I'm going to go on Top of the Pops. When I went there at BBC, and the orchestra were going to record me, I prayed to them because I just suppose 6 months play this song, you know.
Yes.
When you come to music union in England, you see strings, you see oboe, you see
what
woody pop people in the orchestra, you see, you know. So you know what I concentrated on? Eh? The piano.
The piano that you're familiar with.
You see, in the pan, chang, I saw it in my brain. I didn't see them, I pay them no mind. But you see, when I finish now, the director come to me and said, superb, because one cut, you know.
One
That's
go.
how we used to, you know.
One go.
When them say recording time, one lick, and that's it.
You come out of the real school, man.
Come across to me and said, superb, Mr. Boothe.
Yes.
I want to thank you, though, right? You can come back again, you know.
Yeah, come back again.
I have so much things to say, but you know.
Yeah, we are going to wrap up with that. You know, kind of. I am just a man.
I'm just a man, yeah.
Another big song.
Yeah, I did that for Bonnie Lee.
Bonnie Lee, a striker.
He's a good producer, you know.
Yes.
Superb. 90, Chalmers, Miss Patton, Beverly's, you name them. But the elite of it was Drew Creed, Sir Coxsone and Drew Creed.
So Treasure Island Studio One.
Treasure Island Studio One. Many of them other independent producers too, you know, that have done things.
Yes.
Remember you have Pratt,
Hudson,
you know, you have Keith Hudson, you know, it's just like how we are compatible.
Right.
All of us, journalists, radio personality, camera people, and hosts. And
everybody make the thing work.
All of us make it work. But then you have the so-called ones too. And I don't make that bother me much.
Yes. You can always have that to a certain
more emphasis. You're going to have that. You have the so-called singer too.
So-called singer.
What do you mean? You believe?
You have released
he
over.
He wants everything for himself.
Yes.
He wants the pan top all the while. And I know it takes time.
Takes time.
Takes time. No man reign for no, not even a king reign forever.
Sure.
Much less me and you. So when you get a little peace, enjoy it.
Yes.
When you see other people that get for them peace, you must appreciate it. Don't start envying people and all them kind of things. Because I think for now there's a lot of bad vibes in music now.
True.
You know?
True.
And then so I put emphasis on the good side. Because I love people like Roman Virgo, I love Terry Linen, I love Christopher Martin, I love. Until last year I was listening to I listen to them, you know, night time, you know. All these singers, you know.
Yeah.
And I like Beanie Man, I like Capleton, Shaggy, I can't call some of them names.
Yes.
But I know they are there, you know, and they make their contribution, you know. And I'm not a selfish person when it comes to music.
Yes.
Not selfish at all.
You have released over 20 other albums.
Or more.
Or more. A lot of work that you know, sir.
What do you mean? And some of them not pay.
They not pay.
No, sir. Don't got the performing rights and all these other societies that show interest into our works, you know?
George Boy sampled everything
Boy
I own.
George.
Boy George.
Yeah.
You get paid for that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, give thanks.
It's not that I wrote the song, you know.
Yeah, I know you were the one who
But I
wrote
got
the
the performance.
You got the performance.
When you play on the radio, you get royalty for it, you know.
But nothing wrong with that still.
Thank God.
People like UB40
Thank
have
you,
done
Lord.
over.
Thank you, Lord. I tell you. No man look over a song for
Yes.
give thanks.
Just another girl
UB40 did it.
crying over you.
Them do it too.
Train is coming. Them do it too.
You know, I've been on a show at UB40 in England.
Yeah.
At the Bristol Academy. And it's a film show sold out, you know, box office, you know.
Yeah?
Yes. But I've never performed on any stage with a PA like that. And when I finished doing my performance, I asked Ali from the UB40,
Yes.
what was the value for this PA? And he said, not even Sunsplash.
No,
Can
value that.
Not even Sunsplash can hire to come to Jamaica. Because you see on stage it's quiet, you know, you have a slight little sound. You hear yourself so much, but you say outdoor, out a door,
yeah.
out a door, you tear down with music, you know, but on the stage it's quiet.
Nice.
And you look around, you see a little man with some little amplifier, you look over there, so you see a little man and a little thing.
Well structured and organized.
You know, man.
Train is Coming Baby, you did a remix with the great Shaggy.
Which I appreciate it too.
Yes, and that song now became the soundtrack
for
of
the
Money
movie,
Train.
Yeah, Money Train, yeah.
So like the Money Train was a Money Train circuit.
Yeah, because we make some cash.
Yeah, well, that is.
Some royalty was there, good royalty.
Give thanks, sir.
I must give thanks to Shaggy. Because no matter how people stay now, right? It must be the truth.
True.
No matter what people's like, you know? It must be the truth, you know? Even Robert Livingston, right? He's the one who came to my house here and told me about the project.
Oh, cool.
And let me know, so I have to appreciate everything that they have done, you know?
Nice.
And you know, Shaggy was already a big star.
Yes.
The whole world know about him, and so I give thanks when it shows me to do the song with him.
That.
You know, so. But no, I mean, but you don't know.
In 2003, the Jamaican government conferred upon you an order of distinction for your contribution to the music. Must have been an awesome feeling.
Awesome, you know, my laugh.
Right.
It's OD, I just say, hey, you know, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But anyhow, go back to
the distinction. Yeah.
I appreciate it so much because when the government identify your works,
yes,
that's what they bestowed on you, and I really appreciate it. And I've got many more now. I've got the Prime Minister Award.
Right.
I've got, right now, I awarded in England, you know.
And see some of the things behind us here.
And I have some
more inside here, sir.
I'm going to show you all of it. Yeah. A whole lot. Yeah.
Yes.
I've got, you know, amount of award. But you know what I always say? They always award me, but they don't award me with...
No reward, I just
no reward. Every time I get an award, they should give me some reward.
So reward
one
check
with
that makes sense.
But you know, I appreciate the reward, you know?
Yes.
The award at least.
And you're most deserving of that circuit.
Yeah, because put in the work.
Definitely.
It's like what you do now, you guys.
Yeah, I try.
You put in, you're going to get out.
Yeah.
You're going to get out. And, you know, but I just get a thing, the award in England, you know. A
Lifetime Achievement Award. Nice, man.
I like
Congratulations.
many more too, you know, but I appreciate it because at least you have something to look at, you know. You can say this is, and when I look at my works, I say I have to, for instance, two singers over there, Bonnie and Scully, ever hear about them?
Yeah, man, no, Bonnie and Scully.
They are the two first singers, you know, that go into a studio in Jamaica, you know.
Bonnie and Scully.
The two first singers that recorded in a studio were Bonnie and Scully in the 50s.
Yes.
So check that out. That is history, you know. So see them there, although they're not here with us anymore.
Yes.
And I have Capleton when you finish you can take a
yeah, definitely, man, definitely, because I want to video these things as well for put up in the thing and then something there.
Thanks to all the people who make their contribution, both male and female, you know, because even right now, I think female getting the share now in the business, because one time it was dominant by male. Male was the dominant, you know, male.
Definitely.
Dominated the thing for a while, and no. But my master was always there doing Phyllis.
Right.
You know, but Art and Zelis was there to Art and Zelis. It's Alton Ellis' sister.
Yes.
And many more. Joy White, but they didn't pursue it.
And them something, Pamal and
all right,
JC Lodge and...
You understand, they get in the fair share, you know, as female, and give thanks, you know.
Judy and...
Oh, give thanks, you know, give thanks.
Sister Rita and the world.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Father Ken.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you taking the time out.
Yes,
sitting down
them.
and reason.
Love
no, we could
name,
reason from some more time. But we understand.
I appreciate everything.
Continue to do the work while the voice is still there.
You
The
love
voice
your
is still
name,
beautiful. The voice is still beautiful.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
And really and truly appreciate the one's contribution to the music and what you have done for the music.
Boy, I believe you mean. Thank you, Lord.
Blessings every time.
God come first and everything, you know. The one who sent us come here. Thanks again, here.
Yes.
Thanks everybody. Thank you very much.
Before we wrap up, Father Ken, for the people out there who would be interested in whatever it is, probably booking you, whether virtual or for dub plates, how do they go about contacting you?
Well, you can find me on the internet, you know.
Instagram, Facebook.
Loaded, you know, when you come to the internet.
And the name is on social media?
Yeah.
Ken Boothe?
Yeah, right.
Just Ken Boothe?
And I have my website, you know, there.
And kenboot.com?
Yeah, something like that. But I not me do it, you know.
Oh, is that you do it? Okay.
My manager.
Yes.
I don't know all of that.
So people can find you on Facebook,
Clark.
Instagram, them place there.
Right. We're always on the internet, you know.
Alright, no problem.
Yeah.
Father Ken,
Yeah, thanks again.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed it
a
as
lot.
well. I'll do another hour, but we do
You
it
people
so
are
you
nice
think.
people. Cause you know, I said before I made my mistakes and forgive no.
Forgive.
Cause nobody can make mistake.
You're a forgiven man. You're a forgiven.
I always say that. I go through my mistakes. And
Yes. And Father Ken, from me, you're simply one of the greatest to have done it.
yeah, man.
It's as simple as that.
Thank you,
understand? The
Lord.
body of work is there to show.
And coming from young people like you guys,
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, the boss.
Yeah, man, big up. Teach them. Keep teaching them, yeah?
I will.
Don't stop. Don't
Definitely
stop.
will. Yes.
Do none?
No, stop.
Food ready?
How are you?
Her name is from Sabella, Martibella, you know.
Yeah?
Her name Gabriella.
Gabriella.
One name Sabella, one name Umbrella, one name Gabriella.
So it's from Martibella.
Three of them Martibella, my son make them name out. And the same day I got it, you know. And Jimmy people got to win the same day now. You know? And this one when I was 25. But this was in Switzerland, it was a birthday party. When I went on tour, a friend of mine birthday, a white lady. And them sent me and us to this and them used this as the promotion. I said one of the Royal Phenomenon Orchestra and I was there John Ocean. Night party, but them featured John Dissy, Marcy and Mikey Spice. You know? And as you know, this, you know what this song? It's a rock steady. Gabriella? Right here, okay. That two of you guys want to simple and nice, you know?
Happy to be here, sir. Okay. Alright, the one you're shining on there already.
You wanna? Let me. Oh. Nobody man knows what Here's you.
It's really lovely.
See how we make a great contribution to the development, you know, for the development of Jamaican music.
He told me about it the other day. So that was the peak of his career.
My shoulder's right inside, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
Yes, man, sure.
You want to read up on it, all you rise, you know. You know, it's your Bob Marley, so. You know?
Clean.
His Majesty. Marcus Garvey, His Majesty, and Bob. I really enjoy this a lot, you know.
Yes. It's lovely, man.
Your picture is like 1,000 words.
Sure.
A soul album and a children album. I'm doing a soul album, you know. R&B, you know.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Like the video before you go. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And remember to share the video with your friends and family. And browse the channel for more quality content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them.